It's the wolf dog one. My bee farm I made yesterday came out pretty good. Uh, yeah, I think I did it in 4 hours or some shit. Um, wow, that's a long time, huh? Yeah, yeah. Just putting some um, bamboo around it. Yeah, for some reason I forgot the name of it. I don't know. Bamboo is not really good for anything, really. Or is it? I don't know. The thing is good is you can cut it down with a damn sword. I was just gonna do one, but eh. Mm, yes. That. Hmm. I'll give up. Uh,
or face the fact that tariffs are a tax on you and that we have to assume that the president raped children to you, who only seem to pull your dumb heads out of your asses to scream, the violent left did it. This podcast is for you. The violent radical left is something sweet potato Hitler keeps screaming at every press conference and every lying social tweet he types out with his type 2 diabetes thumbs. The problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right. You look at the scum. Those on the radical left political violence. And the guy that shot Charlie Kirk, even though his family is hardcore MAGA and he was raised Republican, may have somewhat left-leaning ideas and a possible trans girlfriend. The radical violent left. Safar consists of one 22-year-old kid, and he was raised Republican. So let's take a look at how violent both sides have been since this bloviating six-time bankrupt failure came onto the scene. Of the mass shootings in the last 10 years, 84% are white men. The Cato Institute analysis of a politically motivated murder since 1975 shows a breakdown of fatalities by ideology. Right-wing ideology is responsible for 63% of deaths. That's more than half by a lot. Islamic extremism is responsible for 23%. That's not even quite a quarter. And left-wing ideology is responsible for 10% of deaths. The radical left! Jesus Christ, 10%, that's lame. The libtards, we only get 10%. We need to get our shit together. 10%, my God, we need to drink some Red Bull. All right. But let's go over how violent the left has been in the last decade. We had the George Floyd protests, and then we had, well, that's it. I mean, sure, the left may whine about pronouns and want you to say differently abled. At best, the left is annoying about your non-biodegradable coffee cup.
Starbucks, what is this? This is not cute. This is not. It goes with my outfit. She likes coffee. I'm all for helping the environment, but like, this is ridiculous. It kind of spills over. If it's a little too full, what is this?
But violent? Let's go over how it compares to the calm and chill right. Unite the Right rally, Charlottesville, Virginia. A Nazi sympathizer drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters, killing one person and injuring dozens. And you got the Tree of Life synagogue shooting, 11 shot dead by right-wing Jew hater, pipe bomb mailings. A man who's a vocal supporter of Donald Trump mailed pipe bombs to prominent critics of Trump, including Democrats, media figures, and billionaire George Soros. Why does this guy keep coming up? El Paso Walmart shooting, Texas. An anti-immigrant gunman killed 23 people. Got to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Righty. Buffalo grocery store shooting, New York. A self-described white supremacist killed 10 black people in a racially motivated attack in May. Attack on Paul Pelosi, but that was by a right-wing Nazi who had a hammer. Multiple assassination attempts against Donald Trump, all from registered Republicans. Melissa Hartman and her husband shot dead by a Republican psychopath. January 6 Republicans. The party of law and order beat cops and killed cops, all while trying to stop the peaceful transfer of power. And the cherry on the top, Kyle Rittenhouse with a side of George Zimmerman. Deadlier than other forms of domestic extremism, because white Republican guys are grumpy because they cannot get laid. Right-wing violence has consistently been responsible for more fatalities than any other form of domestic extremism in the U.S. Not the liberals, not the people that want the rich taxed like the poor, and the poor fed like the rich put in jail for the same crimes the poor are. So the next time you hear violent radical left, just know it's bullshit. We're not. And there's no evidence that we are. At least not yet. I'm Chris Vititis, and this is the Armageddon Update. Man, I can't believe we're so fast to change this price. We need to start taking some ass. If they're going to call us some violent radical left, hey, we need to be a lot of that. I'm fine with that.
From the vast northern expanse of British Columbia, where you feel part of the big history.
The giving pump is something Shell came up with. It's kind of a no-brainer for us. It piggybacks what we already do for this charity, which is the Recoupment Center for the Developmentally Disabled.
If you just stop at the giving pump, by just filling up your car, you're donating to a great cause.
So your money is going to something that you can see the good that it might create. I think that makes them feel good. That makes us feel good.
I thought that was like an hour.
Everybody, Chris Vititis, how you doing? Welcome to Vititis Podcast with me. Not as always, but for every once in a while. He always fills in when Ray's gone. A lot of the times, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Zach Ward.
Hello, everybody.
Speaking of that, I might definitely to this. And also the highest. There could be only one. I am so fucking tired of what's been going on the news. People have now turned Charlie Kirk into Jesus. He wasn't. They keep. So yeah, it's weird. I didn't give a shit about Charlie Kirk. I didn't know. I didn't care. I was like, he's. I really. I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him yelling at the college kids and stuff, and college kids get amped up. And sometimes I did hand him his ass once in a while, and he would always lie and gaslight. And I was like, yeah, whatever. This guy's another one of those guys, Steven Crowder guy. Like me, I'm just a version, a more popular version of me. So whatever. So I pay attention. So then he gets shot. I'm like, well, fuck, man, that's fucked up.
That was brutal.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. We all have to look. No one should get shot, assassinated for their words. I mean, all the stuff I said on stage, for God's sakes. Exactly. It's just something that you said to me in a car. You shouldn't get shot for words. I didn't have a weapon in the car at the time when you were talking. So No one should get shot for their words. That's why we live in America. That's the entire, literally, it's the first amendment. It's the first one. It's not the fifth one. It's not the eighth one. It's the most important one. You don't get shot for your words. Clear. Then I looked at his words. And that was like, wow, did he really say all that shit? And you start to read what Charlie Kirk said, and again, doesn't deserve. You listen. You should be able to be an asshole. I made money on it. I'm fine. I've made a living in it. But for God's sakes, to say that whether it's the Jews running thing or whether a certain amount of gun deaths are acceptable every year so we can keep our Second Amendment rights. So you mean it's okay to shoot people so we can continue to have the right to shoot people?
He also said Biden should get the death penalty for something.
Biden needs a death penalty for just being, he didn't say anything, he's doddering fool. Biden should, what he's done in this country, should get a death penalty.
He also said black pilots?
Like, if I see a black pilot get on a plane, I'm like, oh, this plane is going to be here. Then he also said about women, he said that basically black women, he did this whole thing about black women basically needing the AI to take white people's jobs.
And it's like, usually when somebody passes away, you have like some of their best, some of their, a nice, like, what's on their epitaph, a nice quote.
Yeah, yes.
You look up his quotes and it's like, wow, this is
proof. But they have a tendency to canonize anybody on the right
as
soon as they die. They talk about Reagan as if he was the second coming of Jesus. Sorry, Dad.
Compared to these guys, he was.
But that's the thing. It's like, but it's you got to remember, like, we're not. The mistake that we're all making is we're thinking that we can use logic to win an argument.
Right.
And this is going to bore you, but there was an MRI study, and they did this thing where they looked at people's brains, and if they showed you pictures of a bear attacking you or a tiger, you're terrified. The same part of your brain triggers on if you talk to someone about politics or religion, because it becomes embedded in their personality, so it doesn't matter that it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It matters to them how they feel. They're not making a logical decision, they're making an emotional decision. And I also say this as someone who was raised in a hippie cult.
Yeah.
And you watch people just have fucking stupid in their eyes because they want to be part of it. We can't negotiate with the conversation anymore.
The whole cult thing, explain this to me. So at what point, you were a kid, when you were raised in a cult. Yes, that's right. And to totally get how he's so odd, whether it's on the TV show or just hanging out, like, it's my odd friend, and he knows everything.
I don't know how you blew right past that.
What's up, knew about it? So I knew about it, but what? There was a moment, I think you told me the story before, there was a moment when you were in the cult where you were like, this guy's full of shit.
Yeah, it was Star Wars.
How old were you?
I was like 8 or 9.
Star Wars was the cult? I mean, that's
kind of his alley. No, it was the reason why. It was when I first realized that the Emperor wore no clothes. The idea that the boss man was not what he said he was.
Right.
Long story short, went out to go visit my grandparents in California. Grandparents liked to drink, dropped me off at the mall. I got to see Star Wars the year it came out like 13 times in the theaters because I was given $20 to not bother my grandparents.
When I was 20 I remember.
Exactly. I was a god.
Great.
So
continue.
Get to It's not. Dude, and there's stuff. So this is my favorite one, and I think you.
Again, I want them to look at
Kenneth G. Mills.
Let's put it right here. Right. Kenneth G. Mills.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth G. Mills.
For as there is a rhythm to all the tides that confront men, there is also the love that allows us to evaluate the heights and depths of our attainment.
The moment where I was like, I've been in that thing since I was 5, and there's all these adults, and you're a child, and you're like, adults are right because they're smart and reason, and I'm sitting there, and this is at the end of summer, and there's Mr. Mills, that's what he's called, and he starts going, this kills me. Oh, so he did this thing called spontaneous poetry. It was called I I can't remember what he was
freestyling. But
yeah,
he's
we
freestyling.
call it freestyle. He's an old dude.
Yeah,
right?
they all do that.
And he's the unfoldments. What do you call it? The unfoldments. Like, dude, here's the thing: is you call it a nothing burger. That's what the Republicans came up with when it was bullshit.
Yeah.
When they wanted to call something bullshit, they called it nothing burger, and then the fucking idiots use the term nothing burger. And you're like, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's not a. That's not a. Nothing a grown-up fucking says.
Nothing burger is actually a nothing burger. It's literally even the phrase nothing burger.
No, it's the fact that someone uses it is the most indoctrinating bullshit I've ever heard.
Right.
So language is a tool, right? So this guy, the unfoldments, and we'd all have to study the transcription, right? Bullshit. So here he goes, and he's sitting up there, and he's like, OB1 can be. And everyone's like, And everybody, 400 people go, oh. 400 people in a room when he goes, OB1 can be. And they go, oh, Mr. Mills. And you're 8 years old.
Nancy, sorry.
What?
I just
OB1 can be. OB1 can be. I and my father, B1, cannot be. What? This guy conflated the I am my father are one now and not shall be from the Bible, which is Jesus basically saying we are all part of that, the God idea right now. Don't wait for it to happen.
We are all one.
We are all one part of the God. This is the thing that makes you go, you don't have to wait to become a better person. That's in you. And actually quantum physics sort of supports that. Cool. But this motherfucker's going, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the background of Star Wars is that they're denying the Bible. And I'm sitting there going, the fuck are you talking about, dude?
The 9-year-old's like, this guy's an asshole.
And that was when I was like, ooh, what? And no one would make eye contact with me. And I watched all these people basically follow this guy around as if, and no matter what he said, they would never question it because they were caught up in the emotional process of it. And I watched grown-ass adults. This man would sit up on a raised platform, a little dais, something so he said, with a chair. And he would have grapes and water and cheese. And people would sit in front of him, slightly lower, and he would throw grapes to them. Fucking grown-ups. And they'd be like, oh, I got the grape. Now, you watch people on either side, far left, far right, but you watch these fucking Republicans stare at Trump. It's idolatry.
So you see the exact same behavior because we've been trying to figure it out for how many years now? Like, why the fuck? And Katie Tur said something on the news which freaked me out. She said, on the Katie Tur, I believe, is a chaos agent for the right. She goes, the polls don't matter because it's what people feel. And I went, bullshit. You're on the fucking news.
Bullshit.
Like, you're literally you just described the opposite of the news. What's on the news?
What's the guy with the big waddly throat? What's his name?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
So there was years ago when they were talking about.
He just went.
But literally, it was years ago, and it was like during Trump won, and he was talking about how the crime is worse. Job repaired, and like. Actually, this just facts through is down by blood. Goes well. It doesn't. People don't feel that way. It's like feelings. That's the whole thing with this fucking country, right? Sorry, feelings aren't facts.
And everybody's feelings are so important.
Fuck what you think, all the way off, right?
Yeah. Like just numbers are the numbers.
So, and that's the thing is you cannot negotiate with someone who's in love with an idea. If you have a belief in an invisible universe that you're going to support with your idolatry or your faith or whatever it is, whether it's politics or religion, I can't have a logical conversation with you. It's not possible.
Because what basically you've done is it's the people who believe in magic who watch David Copperfield.
Yeah,
that's fucking
real facts.
They basically let go of physics and everything. The Earth is flat, which is impossible.
Fuck, jeez.
There's people. There's people that have built like followings off this, right?
Yeah,
there's people with huge websites, right? Yeah, there's people that are doing late night, infomercials with the fucking crystal ball. It's the same people. It's QVC.
People do.
Yeah.
Some people who call the 900 psychic friend.
Yeah.
Bro, and they vote.
Yep.
The hell, why isn't there like an IQ test for this shit?
They should. If your phone bill has enough from the psychic, if you have more than 3 800 contacts in the psychic, hey man, you can't vote this shit. Why? Yeah, vote for it. Come on.
Are you guys familiar with
It's Cleo? You're third clone of this
I
guy.
remember this Cleo. Do you guys remember? Are you guys familiar with bullshito?
We've been working on a living room makeover, and the old carpet had to go. But guess what I replaced it with? Yep, more carpet. I went to RC Willie because their large selection fit any budget. I'm usually the one doing the work, so it's nice to kick back and just watch the install. It was honestly so satisfying. And this new carpet, it's soft, beautiful, and totally transformed the space. I can't wait for the next project in here. Stay tuned.
You guys used to be the Horsemen.
Why did you break up?
We made some huge mistakes. We got sloppy, cocky. Sorry, guys, that's really a bummer. A bummer? I love the way your generation sums things up so eloquently. According to that card, for some reason, I need you to...
Charlie, June, and Bozo.
It's Bosco Leroy. What did you type?
It's Cleo. The third clone of this
Oh,
guy.
yeah, I remember his name. Do you guys remember? Are you guys familiar with Bullshito?
The Bushido.
No, Bullshito.
Oh, was this Hesse Teller?
No.
Oh.
All right, so Bushido, what you're talking about is the way of the samurai. It's the code of the samurai. So connect that word with bullshit,
Right. Yeah.
right? So you look it up on the YouTubes, and there's a whole bunch of people who are bullshit fucking sensei masters, and they're doing no-touch kung fu. And you watch this shit, and you get it. You're like, okay, I understand why that guy is a bullshit artist, because he's like, I can use my hands and change you with my aura. Well, why is that guy following him? Why is that guy falling down and all the 10 guys behind him? Because they want to be part of something. Now, see, I don't relate to that. I was raised in a hippie cult. I went to 8 different schools before junior high. I'm a fucking unicorn. I'm not part of anything.
I want followers. I want to lead some fucking.
You have a bunch. Yeah. You have a
You
bunch.
mean those guys that do that's always weird. You ever see the video where the guy, he goes, come on, and the guy runs at him, he goes like this, he goes, "Shoo," and the guy falls down. I burst out laughing every time.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are you doing?
But analyze what's wrong with the guy who fell down. We know why the guy is getting
This
the
guy's
money.
doing a good, yeah.
He's getting paid. The other guy's like, why
Are you
do you have
kidding?
a black belt in this? Like, how long were you there to get a black belt? And it is wanting of acceptance, wanting to be part of the group. Because we're not born, we get like a little manual like, hey, page 10 here, how to be a human, how to not feel like a psycho crazy person like we all do. They become part of something, and now they're like, I have faith in this. You can't talk through it.
It's interesting you bring up the whole like twisting of the words and like playing
Yeah.
with words with the cult leaders. That's exactly what Charlie Kirk was doing too.
Yep.
He would take like a kernel of truth, and then he would kind of skip over the facts. And he would
Sometimes he
land
didn't
on
even take a kernel. Sometimes he just made shit up.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
yelling at these college kids. And someone pointed something out about this. And it's what stand-up. There was a stand-up who wrote this. And he was talking about how we were talking. I got a little bit of arguments online. I was talking about the crowd work. Crowd work. When you see a comic turn to an eyes member and say, "Where are you from? What are you doing?" And he makes up some jokes.
Right.
It's
I'm from Chicago.
It's
I'm a
bullshit.
dentist.
You listen, we're all the same. That guy has done the exact same, some of the same jokes over and over, but it looks like he's making it up on the spot. Because he's every time he goes to, he asks the same fucking questions, and he has this fucking bag of shit he's said in the past. So he's repeating shit.
Like,
crowd work is bullshit.
Same thing as reading your hand.
Yeah, it's the fucking easiest shit. It's the magic trick of stand-up. So we got arguments with this guy about it. And another guy wrote a long thread. He said, here's why Charlie Kirk was followed. He goes, and why he did so well in those debates. He was so used to speaking that he had no fear of it. But speaking is one of the top fears ever. Like Chris said, he said it's the number one. You're not going to though. A couple years from that, dude.
Yeah, well.
Number one fear was public speaking. The second fear was death. So that means that public speaking is number one. So these college kids, they go against this guy.
Right.
Ready? So they had this fight or flight thing. So they looked desperate and stuff. But he was very calm. So Charlie Kirk knew how to tell a flat out fucking lie. Totally calm. Trump's great at telling a lie with all the confidence in the world. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
It's a hoax. Yeah. We all know it's a hoax. You're not a hoax because we heard you on the phone ask for 11,970 votes. Are you fucking kidding me?
seriously. Also, Charlie Kirk is like a 30-some-year-old man.
Yeah.
And he's going to go to a college to debate
20-year
freshmen in college.
Yeah.
We
ballsy.
can all go back to our high
Ballsy.
school.
He's a
and
warrior.
debate this shit.
That's a Spartan.
I've got a sparring match with a toddler on Tuesday. I think I'm going to win.
You're like,
I said a cup of fart and throw it.
Cup of fart. By the way, my favorite product. Cup of fart.
I think that's from the 70s.
So we've now got this. So they keep talking about the violent left. And so I went through it today. I was writing the Armageddon update. I always go look. I go, all right, what is that based in?
Yeah.
The only thing they could bring up since like the 70s was literally the George Floyd protests, and those weren't people marching down the street like they did in Huntington Beach this last week, going, white men take it back, white men take it back. We own everything. What the fuck are you guys saying? Take it back, guys. Don't even point out because if they look into it, we own everything. Fuck, what are you doing? So they're screaming, and they're all dressed. The funny thing is that they're like, yeah, we're the master race, and all wearing their some khakis and blue shirts. So they look like they work at Best Buy. They all look like they work at Best Buy, but during COVID with the masks. Also, if you're so proud of your white supremacy, take the mask off, pussy. Just fucking show your face. Take the mask off, pussy. If you're really proud of your race and what you stand for, take the fucking mask off. And they won't, but they won't.
When they're marching, I bet their phones run out of juice. So what I would suggest to them is they get this Ridge battery.
You know what? That's what they would call it reinforcement Nazis. Reinforcement Nazis.
It even looks like it's got like Mission Impossible.
I mean, I like Ridge. I like reinforcement. I liked Ridge's wallet. So tell me about this.
Let me see. So I get this.
It's like just a battery.
They sent it to us.
But it's not just
so
battery.
Rachel was complaining. She said, "We need new products. The wallets are awesome. Wallets. We use all wallets." So this thing they sent us this, and I had one for Apple. It's a battery. Basically, it's a battery, a mag. It's a MagSafe battery, whatever.
So it's got a magnetic bed here,
right? And here's the cool thing. So we look at Apple products. We go, oh, they're so well thought out. I got to be honest, man. Ridge outdid Apple like a crazy.
Yeah, that's all right. It's got
so it's okay. So it's got a so you can put your phone on it. It's got a stand, so you can just lean your phone on it.
That's right. Nice.
So
magnetically
perfect.
Nice.
Here's the cool thing. I tried to do it on my Apple one. My Apple Watch won't work on the Apple one. So Ridge came up with the things you can charge your Apple Watch on.
Really? So
it'll do 3 or 4 charges on your phone, if not more. It's got an LED in the back to tell you how much charge you have left. I have to be honest with you, it is so well thought out. Oh, and it's got two.
It's got a USB-C here too.
It's USB-C to charge.
So it gives you my Android as well.
Yeah, well, okay. So that's to charge it. And then the top one, there's USB-C up on top.
Oh, that's dope.
The old one and the new one.
At the top, old one and the old phone and the new phone.
Oh,
so you get Thunderbolt 2. So
great.
I when we got these, Ray and Ken got one, and I ran in and I run like a child. Look at this. And look at that. Look how cool that is.
Yeah, just different colors too.
I don't care. I don't even care. I have crayons. And the funny thing is to me is that we're so used to Apple or some big company thinking it through, and Ridge is a big company wallet-wise. And also when any company steps outside their game, I always go, fuck, now what?
Right. Yeah.
And that is honestly whoever's working design at Ridge kicks ass. Go ahead.
This phone literally, like this is an older, this is a 13. Okay, so the battery will run out, even on the pod.
Sure.
I'll have the pod here and install it when we go along. But this is like
the neighborhood aspect of building business. You think big. We're making the swag shop a global brand, and I'm determined never to lose the values of this neighborhood.
Once we celebrated nature everywhere, but over time we allowed nature to slip away from culture. We saw less nature and forgot that we're a part of it. When we rediscover our place in nature, we remember its place in us.
this. It's like, and it's like one thing to pack, 5 ways to power. You can find Ridge's power bank at Best Buy, or our listeners can get 10% off at ridge.com by using code Titus at checkout. Just head to ridge.com and use code Titus, and you're all set.
What do I call it? What's it?
This is the power bank.
Power bank. And now the power bank. With the Civil War that's coming and the possible World War, it's good to have some extra power in your back pocket.
After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
Titus Podcast.
The Titus Podcast.
Armageddon Update.
Armageddon Update.
Yeah, we are
Howard
I
Bay.
wish people understood history. By the way, guys,
Rigid.
I literally, like, we don't take
I'm
ads.
rigid.
Yeah,
Wait,
no way. Don't even. Yikes! Wow,
Sorry.
that's happened.
I'm
Rachel, where's Rachel? We don't take products that we don't use, and Rich sent us those. I was blown away because I have the other one. I have the Apple one, and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a shitty toy from Apple, and I got a killer toy from Rich.
Have you seen the thing how they charge their mouse?
Oh, God. The one with the underneath thing? Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever. You got that really cool mouse. It's a touch-sensitive mouse. You got to charge it on its own ass.
Like,
you can't use it.
Like
Yeah,
a flipped
you
over
can't
corner.
use
You
it.
can't use it while it's upside down.
No. It's like Apple's like, fuck you, bites.
If I'm editing, I'm going to rub myself. I'm editing the Armageddon
I
Update,
get it.
and the fucking mouse is starting to die. I'm like, I can't.
Yes, you have to stop working.
I have to stop.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have to use the
Oh,
track.
Plug in.
I have a track.
Why would Apple do the way you just put it in the back?
Pretty. Shut up. That's Apple. Yeah. Yeah. Moving back on
I've
to
lost faith. So violence. When they keep talking about the violent radical left, I always ask where and why. Charlottesville we hadn't had racial violence like that, political violence like that in a long time in this country. Heather Howard was killed. That was right wing violence. The guy who shot from the MGM shot 600 people, or a right wing Republican. Everybody, it just goes. It's after and after and after. And the kid, I listed him in the Oregon Update. It's all right wingers that are blowing people up and shooting people.
Yeah.
And even the two guys that tried to assassinate the president, Trump, were right wingers. The kid, why did that guy
how does his fucking ear grow back, dude? I'm sorry.
By a 226 with a 226 round?
Ask Tyson and Holyfield about growing back ears.
Right.
Because in the history of humanity, no one's ever grown back cartilage, or they wouldn't have to do knee replacements.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Right.
And it's just how fucking
There's
science
not a
works.
mark on it.
Not a mark, bro. Oh, by the way, do you remember the fucking idiots walking around with little taxi pads on their ears?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You're like, I mean, here's the thing.
Why does everyone have the Lipton tea bag stuck to their head? What is happening?
You guys know for a fact, like, if the Epstein files came out, and Clinton or Obama or my brother or you're on the fucking Epstein files or I'm on it, go to fucking jail for a fuck you. You raped a child?
Yep.
Fuck you and die.
But that's it. That's the
But I don't give a shit who's
That
on
was
it.
violent left right here. Fuck you and die. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Go
you
to
and die.
jail. Go
But
to
if you
prison.
rape a kid, that's just the righteous left. Like we want it done right. That's
And
all.
I love the fact that fucking Trump and all the entire right, before they had anybody, were blaming the left.
Yeah.
Before they had anybody, knew a motive, and first of all, they're forgetting kind of the kids from Utah. This is shot in Utah.
Oh,
campus,
just like
which
that,
is
you're
far,
talking-
far right.
Yeah.
His dad's a retired cop now.
He's a coiner, which is, do you know the whole coiner?
Groiper.
Groiper, thank you. That's right. I fucked it up. Apologize, universe. It's a Groiper. So it's a more extreme version because Charlie Kirk was now coming out saying they should release the Epstein files and they should stop supporting genocide in Gaza because, shooting through 4 kids to get to one soldier is not a good math.
Yeah.
And now he's too far left,
Yeah.
so this motherfucker shoots him.
But this is what happened. This is what happened. This is why I think we need to know history. Because that's that bit I do in my new show. By the way, I'll be in Portland at Helium this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with Doomed to Repeat. It got a standing ovation in Tulsa. Oklahoma City. So here's the thing. We need to know history because if you look what he's doing, by giving ICE $190 billion, he's basically created his own Gestapo.
Yep.
He's got you look this up. There was a woman that was protesting this week at a protest in a wheelchair, and they pepperballed her. They shot her full of pepper balls and knocked her over.
She was going really fast, though. She had weapons on the side.
Even worse, she just wouldn't get out of the light's green, lady.
What does Orwell say? Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. So that's why they keep on. The goal used to be if I called you if I called you a sex offender or a racist, you need to come out and make an apology for it. Your wife stands beside you like, I apologize, I offended my wife, I'm so sorry, whatever. You go through that process. But they came up with a new mechanism, which is if you say, hey, I found facts about something that you actually did, they go, you're a rapist, you're a serial killer, you're an anti-Semite, you did all this, and they just put out way more material than you have. So they swarm the media with more counterpunches than your fact. And then people, because when you look at your phone, your algorithm panders to your confirmation bias. Like, so mine is filled with really, really handsome redheads. So obviously mine's blank. But boom, ladies and gentlemen, come on, everybody in the tech board. I'm done.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products, and we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones.
Hello.
Hello. How are ya? I missed your name there, but thanks for coming on my channel.
Food.
Sarah Critchfield. Wow. Sarah. Thank you for watching my stream.
Yay, no problem.
All right. So, oh, did you see it earlier when I was at the my bee farm? Did you see that? Because I don't remember when. Did you just show up, or were you here earlier? Okay, here. Or did you see my bee farm from yesterday when I took 4 hours building that? Holy
No,
crap!
you just showed up.
Oh, all right. Here, you know what? I'll show you my bee farm. How's that? Check this out. I got these mods, and I can teleport to my bee farm.
Thanks.
Okay, there it is, my bee farm. I'll show you the inside. Okay, so they don't escape. They like to escape. Bees. Yes. All these are like homemade bee hives because you know how hard it is to find beehives? Wow. So I had to make all these fake ones, but they work just great. So I can get honey, I can get honeycombs. I guess that's the only thing you get, honeycombs and honey. Anyways.
I have to go, sorry, and I do know. Have a good day.
Oh, all right. You too. Have a good day.